Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to TìandTarot, or welcome back to TìandTarot. So, I just want to preface by saying I'm recovering from a cold, so my voice may sound deeper and raspier than usual, but you're just gonna have to soldier through, okay? Because I want to film some Halloween tarot videos for you guys. I don't want to just post like generic tarot reading videos this month. I want to post Halloweeny ones. So that's what we're doing today. And I've got 3 very Halloweeny piles for you. And we're going to be looking at what's haunting you right now, what's bothering you, what is, your kind of thing that you're hung up on, and what's going to come of this situation and how's it going to resolve, like what's going to happen here. So we have 3 piles for you today for this pick a pile reading. If you don't know how pick a pile readings work, I will explain them to you now. So essentially you just pick the pile you feel most intuitively drawn to, either based on the energy of the pile or like the object or crystal that's on top, or even the number of the pile or the number of the timestamps below. They might resonate with you as well. On top of our piles today, for pile 1, 2, and 3, we have bookmarks. So I had a bit of a clear out the other day and I was like, oh, my bookmarks, because I've had them stored in books for ages that I've like not read. And I just thought they were really cute, and I have just enough to do for a reading. So we're going to be using bookmarks. So with the Buffy the Vampire Slayer tarot deck, we have a black cat. For pile 1, a little sleeping black kitty cat. For pile 2, with the Killstar Tarot deck, we have a little rose gold sleeping fox. And for pile 3, with the Cute Ghost Tarot deck, we have a little Moon and Clouds bookmark. Once you have chosen your pile, there will be a timestamp in the description box below for you to find your reading more easily, and I will meet you there. Bye. Okay, welcome pile 1 to your reading. Apologies if you can hear a horde of children screaming. That's literally just started right now and I have no idea where that's coming from. I think because there's like a school nearby or something, or a park, but I just heard like 50,000 children like screaming. So sorry if you can hear that. Hopefully you can't. But you chose the black cat bookmark, and we're going to be pulling a card to see who's haunting you. Or what. If it's not a who, we'll be pulling a card for that. So, I hate when like a tarot deck is too big for me to do that. That like shuffle and move. A lot of them are too big. Like I feel like, anyway. So, who or what is haunting pile 1? And by that I just mean what or who is on their mind right now in a powerful way, in a very emotive way. That one. Okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse for you. Let's move this deck out the way for now. And I'm also going to pop your little bookmark on the Wheel of Fortune card. So, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Interesting. So, I feel like because you got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, if this doesn't resonate with you, feel free to pick another pile, but I don't think this is a person necessarily that's kind of bothering you, or that's on your mind, or that's haunting you. I feel like it's a state of being. I feel like you think you have bad luck, or like cycles are just doomed to like kind of repeat themselves, or just when you're making progress, things fall apart, and you're starting to see it almost like a continuing cycle, like something that's like bound to happen to you. By the way, that's not true. These are just what you're kind of feeling. You're feeling like what's bothering you at the minute, what's haunting you, is that you feel like you have bad luck and you're down like bad right now, and you're wondering how you can kind of get out of it. So straight away, I'd like to point out that you chose the Black Cat bookmark. A lot of people say black cats are bad luck, but that is steeped in a lot of hatred and a lot of superstition left over from the period of like the witch trials and things like that. So in reality, that's not true. They're actually quite good luck, and they used to be known as good luck as well. I can't remember if they cross your path on the left or right, it's good luck or something like that, but either way, they're very good luck. So I feel like this is like an omen over this card that's telling you that your luck is going to change. Something's changing for you, and it's going to be very positive, and you're going to start seeing things differently, I think. So let's move your significator card over here, and let's look into why you feel this way and why you might have been given this sort of idea. Okay, so we have the Ten of Pentacles. Straight away, I'm just because of this particular character and what this scene represents in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I feel like it's very much supporting my belief that this is an illusion, that you have bad luck. That's very much an illusion. It's not true. It's something that you've sort of been deceived into believing. Or that... Hello, maybe? So, sorry, my sister's dementia cat needed settling for bed. So I'm back now. But yeah, it's giving that, this is very much an illusion, it's not true. And maybe the reason you feel this way is because when bad things have happened to you, you're kind of seeing a pattern, just because more often than not, these things seem to occur for you. But that doesn't mean you have bad luck or that bad things are doomed to happen to you. It's kind of like, how some people, most people have dinner first, then dessert. Like, you're having the bad, rubbish, boring bit first, but that means that you're storing up, you're saving up for all the good stuff to come later. So rather than having having dinner and then having a bite of dessert and a bite of dinner and a bite of dessert where there's good and bad, good and bad, good and bad, or having dessert first where it's all good and then all bad at the end, your life is just one of those lives where it's dinner first, then dessert. So it's the good stuff comes, and it will come, but it might not feel like that right now because you're having dinner right now. Okay, so what's going to come of this thing that's haunting you? What's going to come of this? So you have the Two of Stakes in reverse. I can't remember what stakes represent. I'm going to have to check that because I don't actually remember. I think scythes are wands, aren't they? So stakes are swords. Yes, stakes are swords, I think, because there's a sword right there as well. Okay, I don't have to check. So as we know, swords are all about your intellect, communication, mindset, and I didn't want to say it because I don't want to be rude, but it feels like you have the idea of you thinking you have bad luck is just an idea, it's just a mindset, if that makes sense. So it feels very much internal, like this is something you've internalized based on your experiences, but it's not actually necessarily true. So with swords, this is obviously talking about that mindset of thinking you have bad luck and things like that. And then with the two in reverse, it's about stalemates, conflicts, things like that. So I think you're gonna come head to head with this belief that you have internally that you have bad luck. I think you're gonna be like, well, me believing that is kind of negatively impacting my life, and you're gonna recognize that that if you want to have good luck, it is one of those things where it will just come to you. There's not really anything you have to do, but there's an argument to be had that thinking good things are going to happen to you actually brings them in. It's a little bit like manifestation. Whether or not that's true, I don't know, but apparently, that works for some people. So I think you're going to realize, if I want good things to happen to me, I can't have this opinion that I'm doomed to only ever have bad things happen or bad luck, because then that's all you're ever going to see or notice about the world around you. You're never going to notice the good stuff because you're focusing on the bad stuff. So you're going to kind of reach a stalemate with this thing where you're like, I can't continue to have these internal beliefs. I need to challenge them, work on it, change things. So you're actually going to be doing a lot of inner work to challenge those internalized ideas, this lie that you're kind of chained to at the minute, and you're going to work to unravel it and to kind of transform and change your fate, basically, by putting that work in and that effort in as well. And I do feel like this could have something to do with your finances and career as well, but it's bringing in more abundance for you. Okay, so I've got several spooky decks here. Well, I've tried to find spooky oracle decks. I've got bats, black cats, and moons, because I felt like those are quite Halloweeny. But we're going to be essentially pulling some cards to see how you can essentially challenge this internal belief, how you can turn things around, not only to get good luck, but to see that you are somebody who's worthy of good luck, who does have good luck coming towards them. So we're going to be looking at some advice for you for that. So I feel like this one on top, actually. So how can pile 1 attract good luck and change their mindset for the better? How can pile 1 attract good luck? Oh, always keep dreaming. Oh, I love that. Okay, so how can pile 1 attract good luck and change their mindset to attract good luck? And these, actually, I felt these as well. So you have a few cards here. So firstly, we have a personal I said a personal each. A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. Let me pop that over here. And then we've got take time to breathe out. Disseminating moon. And then we also have emotions are running high, supermoon. So firstly, just looking at these cards before I really look at the others, to sort of transform your idea that you have bad luck and kind of turn it into good luck, pull yourself out of your own internal space and mindset sometimes. I think sometimes, according to these cards, this might not be true and this might not resonate with you, but according to these cards, you're someone who can get caught up in your emotions and your internal world, and you can catastrophize and overthink and kind of forget what reality, pull away from reality and kind of create this idea in your head. Like, if you believe it, then it's true. So for you, you're like, I believe I have good luck, therefore I have good luck. But if I believe I have bad luck, therefore I have bad luck. So you really, when you're in those moments where you're like, oh, I just have bad luck, that's all I've got, you really need to pull yourself out of those emotions. And the way to do that, according to this, for you, it can be like meditating, taking time to breathe, doing some yoga, doing something physical and grounding to put you back into the external, to put you back into your real physical world and body, and just think about, in this moment, what do I have? What am I grateful for? What's around me? What, my light just went out and my battery's about to die. So I'm going to rush through this one so I can pop the charger in my phone as well. But yeah, so that's what I'm seeing here. Also, we're getting communication, so that could be a really great way for you to recognize that, you don't have bad luck, like talking to a friend, maybe a therapist, maybe having like a video diary, because that can help you talk as well, or just a journal in general. Just talking it out, taking time to be grounded and breathe through meditation and yoga and things, and then that will help you reach a resolution, resolving the way you see things, and then it will act to actually transform things for you as well. Then you also had always keep dreaming. So I love this because I feel like when you feel like you just have bad luck and bad things happen, you're bound to kind of forget your dreams, forget your goals, forget what makes you happy. And so, because you think you can't achieve them. So that's why it's really important to not have that mindset and to think about the good luck you have with this black cat here and here, think about, I love that they're both in the like same position as well, that sleeping position. So you need to rest up as well. That's what we're getting here. But they're very much both encouraging you to not forget your goals and your dreams and your ambitions and feel assured that you can achieve them. We also have temptation here. So there can be a tendency, or like, not a tendency, but I suppose a temptation to overindulge in catastrophizing, because sometimes it feels comfortable like that. Sometimes that feels like your safe space is thinking about the worst possible outcomes, catastrophizing, thinking about how bad things have been. Sometimes that can feel like your safe space. Of course, it's actually more of a harmful space, but it can feel comforting because it might be all you know to do. So you have to avoid the temptation of slipping back into this mindset when you're working on pulling yourself out of it and starting to see your life in a more, good, lucky, positive way. So yeah, that is your advice, pile 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you felt drawn to any other piles, please feel free to check those out now. If not, hope to see you here next week on Fridays for another reading or video on TìandTarot. Bye. Okay, hello pile 2, welcome to your reading. I've got some little like Halloween themed oracle cards over here that we're going to use later, but you can ignore them for now. But I tried to pick Halloweeny ones, so I've got bats, black cats, and moons. So yeah, let's take a look at your cards. So you picked the really cute rose gold fox, and we're going to be looking firstly at what's haunting you, what or who, basically, as your significator card to kind of focus the reading. So I'm going to shuffle it like this, simply because this is such a big deck. I actually can't shuffle it the other way. I mean, I could, but it's difficult. Oh, okay, so you've got maybe two things are bothering you. So let's take a look at your cards. Ooh, alrighty. So I don't know if you can see these. If you can't, I'll, fix it during editing. But we've got the Tower card and the Four of Pentagrams as well. Wow. So some sort of big change happened that's kind of bothering you, and it has something to do with the Four of Pentacles. I can completely see why you would be worried in this situation, because with the Tower card, of course, that's like a bit of chaos, a little bit of destruction as well. And with the Four of Pentagrams, this is kind of about power and isolation and worry. So, that card is literally about worry. So it is showing that you're concerned. And this skeleton here is like hugging these two pentagrams, where it's trying to hold on to every bit of resources that it has left. So I think with the power as well and change with the chaos, someone new has come into power in your life, has some sort of hold over you. This could be in any circumstance. However, I do feel like it's career, like maybe you've had to go into a new job, or maybe you've got a new boss or superior or manager, or maybe you see your boss or superior or manager differently based on a recent incident that's made you see them in a new light. And this has got you worried about your job and your security and your stability as well, especially with the Tower card. You're worried about your stability, and you're worried about the fact that you don't feel like there's anyone trustworthy to talk to or go to. So you might not have like HR, or HR might be in your manager's pocket, which it would be so unfortunate, because that can and does happen. It might not be a career thing as well. It could also be in anything. Like, there could be a friend in your friend group who maybe isn't the nicest, but you feel like no one else sees it, so you can't really talk to anyone. But then that makes you feel isolated, and maybe they're doing things behind the scenes secretly, like not inviting you out, but telling everyone else that they did and that you chose not to come. And so then it creates this weird, like, dynamic. It could be something like that. It could also be like something in the home as well, like you're now like living with somebody that you feel is being a bit of a tyrant, or a bit of a like dictator in a way, and controlling everything, and it's making you feel quite isolated. It could be anything like that, but I was just getting career because of the pentagrams. And you're worried about your stability in all of these scenarios. So I'm going to focus on the career one just because that's what I'm getting, but it can also pertain to those other scenarios that I just suggested. If this doesn't sound like you or your pile, feel free to pick another one. But yeah, very strongly I'm getting that you're worried about your stability because of this new power in your life, this new person that has power over you. And I feel like you think they're trying to get you fired or get rid of you, because they do that. People can conspire and can be like, you know what, I don't like pile 2, therefore I want to try and phase them out of work. Can we point out mistakes they've made, even though they're not big mistakes or fireable, and kind of create a case? So I feel like that's why you're worried. You're thinking that's happening. And we're going to investigate this for you by looking at some other cards. So I'm just going to keep that over here for you. So this is your main worry. So that's what we're going to leave there. Now we're going to be looking at why you feel this way. I can't shuffle it that way. Why is this bothering pile 2? Let's get some more clarification on that. I really felt 2. I got 2. Whoa. These are really big energies. This is a big deal. This is a big part of your life right now, it might seem like as well. So you have the Devil card and you also have Temperance, which is really, really interesting. I'm seeing this in 2 ways. So with the Devil card, this is obviously you kind of being like chained to like a situation or a lie. You can't get out of this situation. So that's why I do feel like it's a job thing. Like, it's not like you can just go and get another job. It takes time to, like, you know, create your resume, tailor it to jobs and things like that. I mean, definitely start looking if you're in a position where you're very uncomfortable and would like a new job, then start looking. But this isn't a situation you could just leave from, because you need that income and that, you know. So it's something you're kind of chained to. But then when we have the Devil with Temperance, because they're just such different energies, like you've literally got a winged like angel here. They're 2 polar opposites. So, but they both have a lot of power. So even though this person in your life may have power over you, or it may feel that way, because with the Devil card as well, it's kind of about, it can be about you feeling like something is one way, but in reality it's another. So it's kind of like if you had something almighty and powerful chained up with tissue. Like, they could easily rip that and stand up, but because they believe they're weak, they're not ripping the tissue and they're not standing up. So there's an energy of that as well. So I feel like with the Tower card, where it's saying, oh, this person has power over you, and the 4 of Pentagrams, you also have power. You also have control here. You also have the ability to stand up and protect yourself, defend yourself, and fight for justice. Not just for yourself, but also others in this situation who may feel the same way as you, but because you guys aren't talking, you just don't know that you feel the same way. So with these 2 cards, I'm very much getting that, and the Sagittarius associated with Temperance as well. I always see Sagittarius as quite brave, and sort of like forward thinking, especially as a fire sign. So I feel like there might be someone who, you know, is being a bit of a tyrant, who is being quite cruel, or just like not supportive, not inclusive, and maybe discriminating against people in the workplace. And you actually, unknowingly to yourself, have a lot of power in this scenario if you play your cards right. If you do everything by the book, if you bide your time and sort of maybe, you know, in a sense, convey that like everything's fine and normal, but really you're building your own case too. So they might be building a case against you to get fired, but you're building a case about mismanagement in this office. So you're like secretly working behind the scenes. So you do have power for sure. But I can see, like, obviously, because we asked why, like, why is this happening? Why is this haunting you? There's a higher why. It's so that you can destroy this negative energy. It's so you can stand up, fight for justice, and protect not only yourself but others. It's so you can find your own power, see your own worth, see your own strength, and step into it. So this whole scenario is to challenge that and challenge your strength and get you to step into who you can be. Step into your power. Recognize that you are like a mighty, powerful person who right now is chained up by toilet paper and could easily get out of this situation, but it might not feel that way because of your mindset at the minute. So if you view yourself as powerless in this situation, you're going to feel powerless, which then makes it really scary to be courageous and stand up for yourself. But you're not powerless in this situation. You definitely can find a way out of it. You can find a way around this to avoid getting fired, avoid having to deal with this management, and maybe even helping the office environment and culture as well. Okay, I'm just going to take a little drink break. Now we're going to be looking at what will come of this situation. So I'm wondering how, I mean, I feel like you're going to step up for sure, but like how? And how is all of that going to happen? I felt 3 cards. You're getting a lot. It's just what I felt. Sorry, guys. So how are you actually getting out of this situation? How is this going to resolve? So you have the 10 of Cups. Okay. You also have the Queen of Pentagrams, and you also have the 7 of Cups. So what I think is interesting is obviously like the 10 of Cups is usually very, very good. It's like, you know, about having a family support. So I definitely think the way this is resolving is that you will actually find support. You may feel really isolated right now and like you have no one to talk to, but you're actually going to find support. Whether you have family and friends now or not, there will be a support group for you in the future, or it's your current support group that can actually help you and make you feel a lot less isolated in this situation. But the reason I said this 10 of Cups is interesting is because I've always seen this as conflict. Just this card in this deck, because they've used skeletons, it's hard to tell if they're dancing or fighting, you know, without the face. So to sort of show that. So whenever I saw this card, even though I knew 10 of Cups, good, cool, it also always conveyed a bit of conflict to me. So there will be some sort of head-to-head, there will be some sort of resolution. On top of that, we have the Queen of Pentagrams, bitch. Okay. So this is resolving in your favor. This situation is resolving in your favor. Your finances are getting better. Your career, you're on the right path. Like, your career and your finances are not going to get swindled because of this situation. You're not going to fumble the bag. You're actually going to be growing the bag. You're going to be improving that bag. I feel like the way that the Queen in this card is standing and holding the pentagram as well is like they've just won an award and they're being praised, like, by a bunch of, you know, colleagues or friends or people around them. So I feel like people are going to see you as the hero at the end of this situation, because you handled the situation with grace. You know, you were very mindful, very demure with the Temperance card. You handled this situation really intelligently, really well. People are thankful that you've kind of saved the day, because this person was probably bothering everybody. This new power that was reigning over people was probably bothering everyone. So you've kind of saved the day, and people appreciate that about you. Hey, there's a little bunny rabbit down here. That's so cute. Maybe you've got support as well through guides and things like that. So yeah, I'm seeing lots of positivity. You're handling it really, really well with grace, decorum, and your finances are on the up. You've got a lot of support through this situation. Even if it doesn't feel like it now, you will do. There will be a head-to-head. And then with the 7 of Cups, this is saying like your dreams essentially will come true. Feel free to fantasize and fall into those. Like, think about those. Because essentially all of your cups are full. All of your cups are filled by something. You're going to be very satisfied with this outcome. There's going to be a lot of things you're happy with. So as I said, your finances, that's 1 cup full. Family support, 1 cup full. Conflict ending in your favor, 1 cup full. Being seen as a hero, cup full. Handling things demurely, cup full. Like, you're very, very victorious in this scenario for sure. And as well, I've just noticed I said, hey, there's a rabbit here. And I was wondering what symbolism that rabbit might have. And I just realised you picked that little, like, rose gold fox. So where there's this sort of rabbit looking over at you, like, in the background, I feel like you maybe felt like prey and then predator, you know, coming to get you, this kind of tyrannical person. But actually, this is them. This rabbit is them, and you were the victorious one. So you are the rose gold fox, but you feel like a bunny rabbit right now. You feel like that, but that's not you. So yeah, that's really, really great. I like that this has been a positive outcome for you guys. So now, these cards will sort of advise you on how to do this, how to come out victorious, how to, you know, turn this negative into a positive, how to walk away from this situation victorious. Ooh, oh my goodness. Okay. So those are all your cards there. We'll take a look at those in a second. So how to come out of this situation victorious. I felt this one. Ooh, okay. And then let me pop these over here quickly. And now with these ones, how to deal with this situation, how to come out victorious, how to release this worry. No, it's not that one. It's this one. Ooh, okay. Interesting. I like that it's in reverse. So for this card here, you've got surrender to the divine, full moon, but you had it in reverse, which I really like, because by the way, the divine's quite a positive energy, but the divine obviously in this scenario represents like a high power, and surrendering would be you giving up, would be you letting this tyrannical person kind of take over everything and be, you know, horrible to everybody, but it's in reverse. So that's telling you not to do that, to, you know, don't give up, don't just sort of like make yourself smaller to fit into this environment, because if this person has it out for you, unless you challenge that person, they're going to succeed. So you have to fight back, essentially. And then we also have be forgiving. So I feel like with this, it's essentially saying don't get caught up in your emotions over the situation. So even if they're, you know, if you have quite a horrible boss at the minute or whatever, don't be pulled down to their level, because that's what they're looking for. They're looking to kind of make you have a reaction to prove their point about you. So you want to be forgiving and be like, yeah, you know what, you're you, I'm me, and that's that. Like, you know, you just want to take it easy. We also have spontaneity, hope in reverse, wisdom, indulgence in reverse, perspective, and we also have timeless. I'm going to pop timeless there. So with timeless sort of being in reverse, I feel like this is letting you know, like, you do need to basically start as soon as they start. If they're building a case against you, build a case against them. Not even if this person is like horrible, discriminatory, you know, not being a great person, and they're literally making you feel worried and anxious and whatever, start building your case straight away. Like, don't sit on it, you know, start making that happen. Also, it's a reminder that no matter the outcome of this situation, your success will happen inevitably, whether it's here or somewhere else in a different, you know, position somewhere else, you know, that's kind of bound for you. So try not to stress too much. We also have perspective here. So remember to keep focused on the end goal, as we said with the be forgiving and not getting too caught up in your emotions. Don't get like fall for their sort of ploys to make you have a reaction. Keep focused on the perspective, keep focused on the goal of what that is. That's also why indulgence is reversed, because with indulgence, you might not, obviously, right now you're worried about your finances and things like that. So one thing is, don't, you know, go spending, try and save, try and, you know, improve your finances that way, hold on to it, just to make sure you're supported in any outcome, in any case. You may have to essentially sacrifice right now to save face and be like, so they could be really rude to your face, but you have to sacrifice for the now. And maybe just, you know, you could say like, you could put people on the spot if you wanted to, but that would be quite bold. Like, you could say something like, why would you say that, why would you want to hurt me? Was that your intention? Like, you could say something like that, but for the most part, you kind of want to lay low and not step into confrontation at the minute until your case is built. So that's why that's in reverse. And then, like, instead of being like, well, you're a terrible person and you have nothing to prove it, then you're just showing that person your hand. You're showing that person you don't like them and that you're kind of working on it. So on, like, building a case against them. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to show your hand. So be really wise about things. Like, you know, let them know that you like them and you're comfortable with them for now, but, you know, or just keep a neutral standpoint, but don't let them see your hand. If, like, you're worried that they are trying to get you fired or whatever, don't show that you know this, you know? We've also got hope in reverse and spontaneity. So I'm seeing these two things in a few ways. So remember to keep your life light and fun. You know, there are things outside of work that, you know, bring you joy, might be your family, might be your support network. Remember to focus on those things and sort of have fun. Additionally, with the hope in reverse, it's just reminding you that regardless of the outcome here, yours, as I said, the timeless, your success is on its way. So regardless of how it works out here, that doesn't mean the be all and end all. You know, don't lose hope. Don't feel like that's it for you if it doesn't work out in this particular company or whatever. Because who says your journey stops there? You know what I mean? So just remember to keep perspective, keep focused on the goal. Remember there are more important things around you as well to focus on. So remember to give time to those and be really smart about how you play this as well. So that is your advice, pile 2. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you felt drawn to any other piles, please feel free to check those out now. If not, I hope to see you here next week on Fridays for another reading or video on TìandTarot. Bye! Okay, hello pile 3, welcome to your reading. So over here I've just got some oracle cards that we're going to use later. I picked Halloweeny ones, so we've got bats, black cats, and moons. But I'm just going to put these off to the side for now. We don't need them right now. But you chose the moon with the little clouds. Oh, I love this one. I use this one all the time, which is why it's kind of worn. But I really like that one. Okay, so firstly, we're going to be pulling a card to see what this thing is that's haunting you. If it's a person, a situation, like a dilemma, we're going to be looking into that. So what is bothering, worrying, or in general just hassling pile 1? Ooh, okay, interesting. So let me pop these cards over here for now. So I like that you got this one. Let me pop the moon on there. So especially because we've got you picked the little moon, there's an air of mystery around this one. But I do feel like you're wondering how/when things are going to change for you. I don't think you like where you're at right now, and you're just wondering when or how that's going to kind of happen. With this card as well, with the Death card, I'm also feeling, and I could be wrong, for some of you this could be like an ambition that you're wanting and you're wondering when it's going to finally happen for you. But for some of you, this ambition could be in like career and your goals and stuff, but it can also be in love. And if it is in love, if you're wondering about change and stuff, I do feel like you're going to meet your person. For sure, you are going to, but you're going to meet your person who is literally the start of everything changing for you, who is the catalyst for all that change, for making your life go the way you wanted it to go. And the ways you couldn't even have fathomed or thought of, they're going to open that door for you, essentially. And that can apply to all of you. It doesn't have to be a romantic person, but I just strongly felt that for the romantic side of things. But even if it's not romantic and you're wondering when this thing's going to happen for you or, you know, whatnot, I feel like it is inevitable simply because it's your goal, and you're not given goals needlessly. You have goals because it's a possibility they could happen for you, you know? Hi, baby. Now let's take a look at why, okay, why this thing is bothering you. So immediately with the Hanged one, I'm seeing that. I just realised that that's gender neutral. I never realised that about this deck before. I like that. Because I feel like whenever I think the Hanged Man, I'm like, oh, why do it have to be a man? Why couldn't it be a woman? But then whenever it's a woman, I'm like, wow, really? You're gonna hang a woman? Okay. So then just to see the Hanged One neutrally, I'm like, okay, I'm satisfied. So anyways, with this one, this is interesting. As to why this is kind of bothering you, it's because your life hasn't changed. It's because you're kind of stationary at the minute. Things aren't moving, things aren't going anywhere. You feel tied to the spot, like things haven't gone your way or things haven't changed or progressed. It might be that people around you seem to be hitting these milestones that you're not hitting at your age group, and you're kind of wondering why that's not happening for you. It can be anything like raises, promotions, being in a career that you actually want to be in. It could be romance, it could be friend groups, it can be how you live your life, like your lifestyle, like meeting up with people, whether or not you have hobbies and things like that. Either way, you're feeling kind of left behind and a little bit stuck, which is why right now the idea that things aren't changing for you, that's why that's bothering you. It's why you're wondering, when's this going to happen? I really want it to happen. It's why you're feeling impatient right now. So, but what's interesting about this one is you can see there's a little ghost lurking here. That very well could be that ghost's reflection, but either way, this ghost down here is representing the one that can move, because you're tied here, but this one is in the water. It can move, it can go wherever it wants. And there's success here. So there will be a point where you reach that success point and then you're able to move and things are changing and things are just sort of steamrolling ahead. So it's very much in your future. This is the transformed, new, changed you that will come. It's just a matter of when, not a matter of if. So let's see what will come of this situation for you. What's going to happen that's going to kind of kickstart all of these changes for you? Pile 3. Oh, 10 of Cups in reverse. This is really interesting to me because I'm feeling two things. So it could be that, as I said, because you're feeling kind of insecure about your own progress and where you're at now, you're starting to disconnect and misalign with habits that you used to indulge in. So you might indulge in habits right now that are actually causing you to be stuck and to be kind of stagnant. So you're not going out to meet like friend groups, you're not arranging to meet up with them, you're not investing in your hobbies, you're not taking up, like, I don't know, canoeing, which you might have always wanted to take up but you're not doing it. Like, there's a level of inactivity in you that is kind of holding you back too. You're not investing in these goals and dreams of yours. So you're starting to feel disconnected from those actions. You're starting to recognize, okay, like, that's holding me back. I want to move away from that so I can get this to this point where I can swim freely and move freely. So you're starting to, the how and when, like, this is going to happen for you, like what will come of this situation is you will pull away from the views or the people that are holding you back. The only reason I say people is because the 10 of Cups can be about your family ties, connections, relationships, like having that support network, and there might actually be someone in your midst holding you back as well a little bit, not necessarily intentionally. Like, it could be like you have, like, I don't know, an overbearing mother who, like, doesn't want to let you go, but by sticking around them you're kind of not finding your independence and you're not exploring the world as a separate person to that figure in your life, you know? So it could be something like that, but they don't mean to. But it's just one of those things where you have to, like, take the leap of faith and move on. Not like forget that person, obviously, but like take actions to start living your life the way you want to live it. But there could also, like, be someone who's, like, intentionally holding you back, but not necessarily. It's just, there could just be people around you who are indulging in samey kind of behavior. So it could be that, like, let's say you live in, like, a small town and everyone in that town is very comfortable with continuing to live their life the exact same way every single day because that's what they like. But you might not feel that way But because you're surrounded by people who all have that mindset, you find it hard to move away from that mindset. So it's about you trying to work your way out of this old system of habits that and beliefs that you've built up within yourself, to open a way for you to sort of initiate change and start to do the things you want to do. And that is literally just taking a leap of faith and going after what it is you want. So you're starting to feel disaligned and disillusioned from whatever was holding you here in this same place, which is really, really good. So let's see. We're going to use these oracle cards now to get some advice for how you can essentially get out of this situation, how you can move on from these beliefs and start to change. Oh, yeah, this one. So you have message in reverse. You have take the time to really notice things. So I like that one. I also felt this one. Keep exploring. Okay. And then let's see. So you've got 2. Oh, you've got 3. I can see that. Okay, so let's take a look at these cards. So I'm just going to move this one for now. So we have emotions are running high, supermoon. Interesting, because I think this has come up for all the piles, but in your one, it's representing something different, which I'll get into. Then we have nothing is yet set in stone. And then we also have a time for healing as well. And then we also have, what, you can't really see these. Let me shimmy all of these up a little bit and pop them here so you can just see them a bit better. Okay, and then we also have keep exploring and take time to really notice things. And then we also have a message in reverse here. Okay. So your kind of advice here is quite interesting. There's quite a lot of, I mean, no stone has been left unturned. I feel like you've got a lot of advice going on here. With nothing is yet set in stone and emotions are running high, this is reminding you that even if you feel like your life isn't going to change, how can you turn it around now? It's too late, blah, blah, blah. That is not true. Like, life is fluid, life constantly changes, life constantly moves. Why not initiate some of that change? Why not be in control of some of that change? Like, a lot of change does just happen to you, but there's a lot of change you can make happen as well. So don't feel like you need to be stuck and waiting and stagnant. You can move and you can make things happen. There's definitely an air of mystery around how this will work out, but also a sense of power, especially with so many moon energies going on here. Like, you've got a lot of moon cards, but there is this dark side to it where there's mystery that you can't see yet. So it's all within you. You definitely have the power. It's up to you to chase something that you can't predict, because I feel like you might like comfortability, predictability, and you might be afraid of the unknown, but you have the power to step into it and to handle everything that throws at you. So don't worry about it. With emotions running high, I feel like this is a positive for you, not a negative, unlike the other decks, because I feel like that emotion is what kickstarts you to make these changes. Those emotions festering where you're like, I'm sick of this, I'm sick of being in the same place every time, every day, I want change. Those are the things that are going to encourage you to go after your goals and what it is you want and chase what it is you're looking for. Those emotions are the fire, the fuel that's going to, keep your fire burning. So keep those goals alive, keep you exploring. These emotions are the ones that are going to do that. So that's a really positive. So it's saying don't lose that. Don't lose that drive for change, because that's what's going to help you keep exploring. And that is another message for you. So with keep exploring, this is saying don't give up essentially, and always be on an adventure, always be looking out for these new experiences. Like, what, because I feel like the changes you want are very dynamic. They're all over the shop, you know. It's like you want a different lifestyle, you want different hobbies, you want to have different types of relationships and connections with people. You might want a different career or a pathway and goals. So with keep exploring, this is very much saying, like, keep chasing those things, keep going after them, you know. Keep open-minded about all of these things that could come your way. Never stop smelling the roses, never give up, never walk away from what it is you want. And then see how here it's like this cat, this is kind of basically, it doesn't look like it, but this is like a bush. So it's a bush that the cat is sniffing and going towards. And then over here, the cat is now smelling like specific details within this, like, this bush. So there's like, I don't know, like little wheats and flowers and things, and it can smell each individual flower. So by exploring, you're finding experiences, you're finally finding those things to be grounded in. So, and those things that you were looking for, and you're really happy. So this is saying that as things are changing, notice them and feel that joy that brings you, so that it can keep you chasing more and more, essentially, and keep going after what it is you're looking for. A time for healing is really important as well, because I do think this whole journey you're going on is going to heal you, because I think if you never explore this, if you never go after what it is you want, if you don't make those changes to your routine and your lifestyle, you might always feel regret or always be thinking about it and never really heal that part of you that is craving these things. To heal that, you have to explore it. So I really like that message for you as well. And then we have message in reverse, which I thought was quite interesting, because I feel like there's two things kind of going on. I feel like it's like, the way I think of a message is obviously because of modern times, I think of a text message coming in. So in reverse, there's no text messages coming in, which essentially means you feel quite isolated, you feel quite alone in this situation, you don't feel like other people going through what you're going through, which isn't true. But that means you have to be the one to message, if that makes sense. You have to be the one to send the text. You have to be the one to step out of your comfort zone, because no one else is going to do it for you. So it's like you have to take ownership over your life and control the outcome, because you're the only one that is going to do that. You're the only one that's going to step up for you and make these changes and make these things happen. So you have to do that. So that's the way I've interpreted that. So all your advice here is essentially take action, embrace those emotions that you've got, that because they're really powerful and they're the fuel to your fire, and then keep going after what you want, because you're going to really love it when you get there. It's going to heal that part of you that's always been looking for it. Remember, you're not set in your situation. You're not stuck there forever. This is temporary. The Hanged One was always supposed to be temporary. So remember, you're not set in stone here. This might be your life now, but it won't be your life forever. So just remember that and start preparing for the life you want, not the life you have. So that was your reading, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you were drawn to any other piles, please feel free to check those out now. If not, I hope to see you here next week on Fridays for another reading or video on TìandTarot. Bye!